Child, here we go. Here we go, everyone. This is gonna be one of them. This is gonna be one of them. Welcome all and welcome to Anonnie's temple. This is mine. This is my temple. This is the temple of the High Priestess. And I thank you all for joining me here. This is going to be one of those readings where I am channeling and pulling tarot. And I'm not going to try to have it make any sense. You know, like you pull tarot cards and tarot cards lay out the hero's journey for you so then I can give details and I can give structure and a sequence of a timeline. But here, today I'm just going to provide downloads that I receive. And so as a preface, or to preface me doing these downloads, they may not all make logical sense. And maybe they're not meant to. Okay? But by any means, I received the downloads. And as all have seen in what it is that I do here at the temple, Anonnie's temple, I deliver the prophecies as they come to me. So for all who are attending on this day, the service at Anonnie's temple, relax, sit back, enjoy yourself, and see what resonates in the cells of your body. I'm also hearing that the cells are the unit of measurement for the body, and that this isn't what we are taught here. We see cells as a particular structure, but when we're looking at investigating or performing surgery on the body, they must learn about the cells first, right? Don't we learn? I think we do learn that the cells are the building blocks of the body. This is what they're pointing out to me here. So we will tap in. Before we tap in, I give glory to the highest creator of love and to the highest creator of love of all things. I am created in thy image, and I am in love by thy heart. I am in physical by thy vessel, and I am in truth by thy voice. Thank you, divine creator of all things, for being by my side, front, back, forward, left, right, and center. Thank you for protecting me. Yeah, interesting. Thank you for giving me and showing me protection by all ways, by my own sword and shield, and by the sword and shield of the highest creator of all things. You know, whenever I channel as Anonnie, sometimes I get nervous. I get self-conscious of the moments of silence. But they want me to release the mirror and allow the channeling to flow as it is meant to be in its entirety. They're showing me blue amphibian beings, similar to what you saw in the film Give Me Some Time. I'm not recalling the name of this film, but it is a government film about a woman who is deaf, the depth of love, something like this. The film is of a woman who works in the catacombs, they are telling me, as a maid. And she ends up falling in love with a masculine humanoid amphibian being. I'm sifting through the energy, so give me some time. Webbed toes and fingers. Some actually carry resonance with that film, The Depth of Love, The Sea of Love. What is this? They're showing me that certain films resonate with soul aspects for intentional reasons. And if I am to share here, there is a love that some have for amphibian beings, and it is of amphibian ancestry. Um, they're showing me something here about catfish. Um, okay, hold on. I'm not out of the channeling yet. This may also be shown in the genetic trait of, as I shared, gosh, there's a lot of resistance here, so I need to let the energy come through. These traits of amphibianism in the DNA can be shown through freckles or splotches, and also a keen liking to amphibian colored skin. Red, blues, greens, grays, and browns is what you'll find at the bottom of the sea in their kingdoms. I'm hearing some of you have traveled for days. Hold on, okay. They want me to keep my positioning, so I will do so. And I don't know what's going on with with some of it's going to take some time here for me to relax into this energy. There is a science to having water touch the crown, the center, at the top of the head. Because water is a being. Water also carries all memories. The tingling at the top of the head is from this amphibian being. Sending you memories. These amphibian beings, a chokehold. They're showing me that there is not the physical chokehold. They're showing me the jewelry of a choker comes from the amphibian kingdom, so that they can communicate through the bubbles of air. I'm going to keep going, okay? So that they can so that they can communicate through the bubbles of air to you. There is a translation device that you'll see they wear as a choker necklace with a jewel that is an emerald or a ruby. It is a jewel and a stone. It may also be a clear quartz. And they place this stone at the center of their neck and they communicate with you. The sign of the channel is a mark on the neck or a crystal held up to the neck. And in reflection, you may also be fond of wearing high necked gowns, high necked clothing, cloths that come up to the top of the neck here is a sign that you're a channel. I am sifting through the energy, so give me some time. You are. There's deity resistance here. Also on the soles of your feet. They're showing me something in particular about having a pigment that is lighter or darker at the soles of your feet compared to the remaining essence of the body. Okay. You know, like how you have people whose one side of their hand is a lot lighter than the other side of their hand. The soles of the feet are a lot lighter than the remaining pigmentation of the vessel. This is because you walk on water. Hmm? Um, okay, I'm going to sift through the resistance here because there's a lot of dogma showing up in my consciousness regarding blasphemy. And so like when this resistance comes through, it's like it takes some time. It's like finding a piece of hay in a needle stack. It's the opposite. It's like finding the nugget of gold in a sea or in a land of sand. Okay? There's like dogma that I have to sift through to relay in truth the essence of Christ consciousness and deity consciousness that is actually in a bloodline. They're also showing me that there's a reason why I bow my head when I channel. And that is of the Lord. What is okay? That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Gonna try to get through this channeling. It actually means that there's a respect to the greatest creator of all things in your recognition of it being the center of your crown, this at the center of your head. Okay. Some may also have tattoos on the top of their head as a religious rite. And this looks like patterns, geometric shapes. For some, it's like circles, spirals, or triangles. As a tattoo, that is the literal crown of the physical. I feel here my ego becoming afraid as a human here as I'm talking with you. I feel here like the ego becoming afraid of something here. And I don't want to say becoming afraid. It's like feeling vulnerable. It's interesting how sometimes the ego is played upon itself to keep the self in a fog of the true nature of the being. Like the ego will tell you to tamper down or to keep you in the box or to keep you in line. They're telling me that there's a particular, in like the manifestation, how do I say here? Like the manifestation society, they're saying. They tell you to be in alignment, be in alignment, be in alignment, but be mindful of what you're falling into alignment to. What are you falling in line with? Okay? They're telling me something about the canal of the ear. My stomach is also growling. Give me some time. There's a lot of energy here because I haven't channeled without filter for a very long time. they're saying, okay? And what this means is when I pull tarot and when I channel, like it always goes through a filter because it needs to be accessible to what I'm sharing through a literal virtual reality platform. And when I channel, it has to then filter through colloquialisms, the literal language from which I am sharing, from which I am speaking. I'm hearing the gendered aspects of society, the dichotomies of the society. So it's been some time since I have delivered a message, which are the downloads that I receive, and it doesn't have to fit into the algorithm. Okay. They want me to share here that a being here receives messages as, in some ways, you can say text messages, downloads, a phone call from water as it has been recycled from them to you, from this amphibian kingdom to you. So, this in essence is receiving messages in the shower, under waterfalls, baptisms. It is being bathed in the kingdom of the sea. The seers. The seers are bathed in the kingdom of the sea. That's what they're showing me. I don't know much about whether or not sirens are psychic. I don't particularly feel that they are, but there's a fable There are, give me some time. I am recentering, so just give me some time. I'm hearing blue bloods. What's interesting, I don't even know how this, if this is even particularly relevant, but they're showing me blue bloods, like something of how like the blood in the body is actually blue, but when it interacts with the atmosphere, it changes color. It turns to red because the iron oxidizes. So, in essence, maybe some who come from the water, when they oxidized, they turned color. They shifted in their pigmentation. And the water may actually, okay, mm, something is telling, I'm going to say it, but um, let's see. I'll say this way. When I was a child, I was fascinated with how the sky was the color blue. And I also recall hearing in this docu series from the UK. I think it was called The Wonders of the Universe or what have you. You may have seen this man actually show up on t-shirts that I've worn in these readings. This man works at CERN, okay? But anywho, I was watching him explain why the sky is blue. And some say that it's because it reflects the color blue of the ocean. Okay, give me a second. So let's say that you came from the sky. Does that mean that you came from the ocean? The ocean's reflection? And when you came from the ocean's reflection oxidized onto the land, did the blood that is blue oxidize to pigments of red? Or let's say brown. You already knew I was going to say that. Interesting. Like I mean, these facts. I don't want to say these facts, right? Like because I feel like I always have to acknowledge the human here, like the human here, the human thinking here. Um, they're showing me here, like I can't particularly say that these are facts, of course, but that they try like we focus so much on being a land species when that's not the majority of our actual history being land creatures. They're showing me something funny about the show SpongeBob, and I even want to acknowledge here for those who have a liking to that show, right? The oceanic DNA. But they're showing me this episode of SpongeBob when they talk about the beef they have between land creatures and sea creatures. I don't know if they've ever, I heard them say here that there's, I mean, I don't really know why I need to talk about warfare right now, but they're showing me that there's a hidden history in the fall of Atlantis, and as well the warfare between the sea creatures and land creatures that is of folklore that they don't really talk much about. And when I say that they don't talk much about, that isn't particularly media portrayed. Like they don't have a lot of media portrayals surrounding the warfare between sea and land. What they actually project to you in the media is warfare between land and air, land and what comes and descends from the sky. But they're not telling you or showing you the true reflection here, that the sky mirrors the ocean. There's a gold bangle they're showing me that denotes a deityship in being of a deity bloodline of the sea. And so they said that I can close out the message here. Okay? Okay. Child, Eight of Pentacles. All right. I'm going to come out of that energy because sometimes the channelings, like being a prophecy reader, sometimes the channelings feel so beyond their time that my ego feels very vulnerable when I share them. I hope you can understand. The Hermit. Yes, because it's like living in this 16th century and talking about cell phones. Sometimes that's how it feels. But with the Hermit here, it's wisdom to be shared for when it can be heard. And they're telling me that in this particular incarnation, I deliver my prophecies through this medium where the messages will never die, so to speak. Right? They say that whatever you post on social media is there for forever. So let me get to some of the downloads that I wrote down. Strength card. Thank you, Divine. I'm hearing here that your energy actually stands the test of time. And it is relayed to immortality. Okay, they don't want me to come out of it. I'm in the channeling now. They're telling me that when they talk about like stay hydrated, drink water, stay hydrated, drink water. When you're dehydrated, your skin dries, you age. What do you think that means? If you conceptualize that water is a being, water holds all memory, and that we are on a majority oceanic planet. They're showing me that what is this? When they have this folklore of bathing in water and coming out a baby, or coming out and you hold on here, they want me to stay here and something's trying to distract me. It's like the water of life, the nectar of life. There's like a biblical type of story where you find this water spring, you bathe in it, and you are essentially immortal. You no longer age. They're telling me that immortal beings are in the water. They just showed me a particular headdress that is like a seafoam green, a lavender, a purple. Those who are also fond of pastels are resonating with this city structure underwater. There are a lot of pastel colors underwater, vibrant colors underwater. They're showing me a man's face, strength and 9 of cups. They want me to talk about immortality here, but I'm feeling a bit hesitant as a human talking about this because they're showing me that you actually receive blessings from water energy for immortality. And not every soul is immortal. And they're showing me once more about the soles of the feet and walking on water. Not every soul that you meet in this dimension is immortal. Some perish at rapid rates. Let me get a sip of this coffee. Oh, yo, I'm sweating here. Okay. So I'm going to go to the next download that I have written down here. You can't see it, but I have a little notebook here, but I don't want to show anybody. You know how it goes. Um, I also received a download maybe about 6 or 7 days. Ugh, 6 or 7. Don't even start me with that. I received a download about 6 or 7 days ago that was the song from The Road to El Dorado, a DreamWorks movie. Hold on, I have to hiccup. I'm sure many of you know The Road to El Dorado. It is one of my favorite movies. I love animation movies as well. And I think I've shared this in another channeling, another video. Like, I love claymations. I love Muppets. I love, like, I don't know if it's called like slow media film, and I love animations. So when I watched The Road to El Dorado as a kid, let me tell you, it resonated with me. And I'm also hearing here that for some of you, your partner or your husband could look like Miguel. He could be Latin American. He could also look like Tulio or Miguel from that film. He could be a Spaniard. And I'm also hearing for some of the masculines, your partner could look like Chell. Okay? I'm just going to say that here. But as I watched The Road to El Dorado, there's this one song that I loved. And it's when they happen upon the sand of the beach where they do not know where they have landed, but they are there in righteous timing. And they, excuse me, there's a lot of spit in my mouth. They trail a blaze, or they blaze a trail, excuse me, through the jungle to find El Dorado. And they're following a map. They're showing me here 8 of Pentacles to the 7 of Pentacles is a map. But the road to El Dorado actually leads you inward. Okay? Let me center. Because let me tell you, you know how this feels when I reveal these things on this intelligent technological system here. It's like somebody just looks at me. And it's like I feel the all-seeing eye just like just like look at me, okay? And I have to transmute it with my breath. Okay? So give me some time. And I can always tell because I start sweating. So I'm just going to sweat and let it be what it is. The song that I love from this movie is, and it's also the download here, it's the Trail We Blaze song. And it goes, the trail we blaze, a road uncharted through terra incognita to a golden shrine on the sweet unfolding of an antique mystery. All will be revealed on the trail we blaze. I love that song. That's the download that I received here. Those who are, I'm hearing those who are of the sun have the gift of, give me a second here. Those who are of the sun actually have the gift of creating crop circles, so to speak. You know how they say that crop circles are made from, I'm hearing helios, from like sun energy or from radiation energy. So those who are of the sun actually are trailblazers because that's literally what your auric energy does. It pummels or it blazes through uncharted waters. Isn't that what we say? And when you walked on water, right, in some ways, I don't particularly know the details of this fable, but you're able to trailblaze, you are able to part water, part sea. Okay, they said that I can change my position now. Child, I feel like I'm speaking. I'm not going to undermine myself here. I'm just going to let this channeling be as it is. Okay? There's another. Give me a second here because I feel like there's more to the trail that we blaze. Isn't that what this is here? Three of, okay. The sun card here, the three of wands, and then we have the emperor and the empress right here. Knight of cups to the hermit. You and your divine partner are trailblazers. One may be of the sun and the other may be of the sea. In some ways, you may say one is of the sun and one is of the moon, one is of Jupiter, one is of Mars, but whatever have you, whatever it is you want to say here, Eight of Pentacles to the sun is blazing the trail, being I'm hearing being the prophet, but with the Eight of Pentacles here, it's like being the mason. Oh, okay. Oh, thank goodness you can't see my face. I'm like, I could feel myself getting shiny. I need to take a shower. Whoever this message is also for, you may be someone who actually takes showers or they bathe in the waters several times a day. You know how some people they shower once a day or once every couple of days? That's not you. Okay? Eight of Pentacles here is the mason. They're showing me the master of the physical, the master of cutting stone, the master of using or the master of channeling fire to cut stone. This is what you do. Eight of Pentacles is the master or the mason of the sun to blaze a trail. Seven of Pentacles through work, labor, efforts, the physical vessel. Three of Wands to create a trail, to create an opening, but also to receive what is yours. This is energy where, give me some time. This is a lot. I'm feeling this in the depths of my belly. Give me some time. They're showing me, yeah, Three of Wands. Thank you. They're showing me that Three of Wands here is, it is a trailblazing energy, but it's also like parting the seas or opening, it's maintaining the open pathway so that the boat can come in. It's like you, and they're showing me again siren energy in how you part the sea or you open the pathway, and that's when you make your call. Because that's when it's, in some ways they're showing me it's not a black hole, but it's like opening a portal, and then you sing in the portal for the boat to know which direction to come in, like the siren or like the lighthouse, and then it moves in this direction, and this is how you manifest. For those who are the prophets, for those who have the marks of the throat. Okay? Okay. I have like 8 things written down here, but I'm unsure if the vessel can manage it. Yes, 9 of swords here because I'm feeling a bit it's like I deliver messages like this, and then it's like within a couple of hours I see someone trying to take a video of me. I'm not even going to get into it. Okay? Let me center. So let me tell you something. There were 3 days last week where there were just some bizarre occurrences, and those things tend to happen as the code of the matrix reflects back to me when I have done something to break it or to move out of it or to enlighten another soul. To enlighten, right? To lighten the pigment of another soul, to lighten the pigment of another soul. That's somewhat to. Oh, okay, I'm going to get there. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Divine, for trusting me with this information and for this channeling. Okay, it's a privilege. So thank you. What I'm saying here is whenever I tap this deep into collective consciousness, into what it means to be human, into the multi dimensions that we walk through on each and every day, and as I share messages about mysterious histories that we carry that have been forgotten by text or forgotten intentionally, but still live within the voice, that still live within the cells. Whenever I kind of break through and give people these breakthroughs, the matrix immediately responds to me. And I feel like the matrix responds for like 72 hours. And I will have like bizarre occurrences take place where people just walk up to me out of nowhere, or I'll say people will just walk up to me, they'll just walk up to my car, or I will be out and I will notice someone is like just standing there recording me on their phone. Okay. I have had occurrences where I have just been sitting in my home and someone will just be standing outside my window. I'm not joshing with you all. Okay. So it's like, this is why when I share that my ego in some ways will carry vulnerability as I share some of these messages, it's from those lived experiences of being a channel in the 3D. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to get to the first message that I actually have here. The trail we blazed just kind of came through as I was sharing, but the message, 8 of Pentacles and the Sun, the message that initially told me to go live was the 7 of Pentacles and the Sun here. And when I woke up today, I was like doom scrolling on my phone, and I was seeing a lot of videos that were just about like occult practices, and it was like doom scrolling, and I got really sick of it and bored of it. And when I pulled tarot, the first 2 cards that came out were the 7 of Pentacles and the Sun. The reaffirmation that now is as good of a time as any, or the best time of any, to invest in sun energy, to invest in sunlight, and to also show up as your lightest self, to also show up as the light of your soul, and to invest in the light at this time. And I hinted at this in another reading, but I didn't fully go into it. I briefly said that December is the month of karma. Okay, now I'm going to talk more about what that means. The message I've received here is that The calendar year, if we are to put time and space into a calendar sequence or schedule, there are in fact 14 months to the year. Not 13, I'm hearing 14. Okay? And this is because of certain prefixes to the names of the months that we have, right? I remember watching a video that said this, whatever. But for example, like when you think of the octagon, the prefix oct reflects the number 8. So the month of October, which is actually the 10th month, September, October, it's the 10th month, is actually the month of 8. So if we are to subtract December, the 12th month, by 2, it is the month of 10. 10 is the number of karma, of endings, of judgment, right? Judgment is what? The double 10 in the tarot. So when we think about December and we have our holy days or our celebrated days or our holidays, okay, it is because December is the month of judgment and karma. And who comes to us all on, so to speak, who comes to us all, But what is the fable of who visits us in the month of karma? It is Santa. And the conspiracy theories surrounding when you shift around the letters of Santa, what it spells. My guide showed me that December is the month of karma because Santa is the debt collector. So, what do you think it means when they have the singy song surrounding Santa and that he sees what you do? He sees you when you're awake. He sees you when you're sleeping. So, he sees you in physical and non physical. And he will come to deliver upon you judgment and karma, the gift or the lump of coal. In the previous video that I shared, I said this is why the video is called Don't Retaliate, They're Accruing Their Own Karma. And this is why during the month of December, it seems like a lot of rituals take place. Spending money, capitalism, the judgment, people needing to exchange money for receiving gifts or to engage in the capitalist agenda, so to speak. Give me some time to center. This is why I said don't retaliate, because whatever responses you give or whatever karma you throw back or whatever retaliations you give, this is where you will collect either the gifts or the debt of your actions and your behaviors. They want me to pull a bit more on this, and so I will. So that's why I titled this video, December is actually the month of karma and Santa is a debt collector. What's funny here is there's something that I would say offhand as a joke to, like my friends and to family and whatnot. Probably, to many people, I would say it offhand. And I never really thought much about it until my guides showed me this. Does anyone else have a particular disdain for a debt collector? Right? The people who telemarket or the people who call your phone relentlessly trying to collect bills, the people who email or the emails you receive relentlessly about a bill being due or an invoice being due, right? And let us also remember who grants wealth when you sell your soul to them, when you sell the bottom of your feet to them, okay? And also think about the rituals that we do of spending money during this month of the debt collector. Okay, so I'm just trying to put some of it together, okay? Give me some time. This thing that I would always say is, I cannot stand, or I could never be friends with someone who is a debt or a bill collector. Someone who gets on the phone and literally has the audacity to call someone and say, hey, you owe me money. Hey, you have a bill that needs to be paid. Do you think that someone who actually has that job and gets money and paid to do it is someone who is of the light? Is someone who has a soul? I used to joke that I could never be friends with someone who is a debt collector or a bill collector, because it seems that it really goes against the very essence of my soul to collect something that is not even real, and then to put someone in a state of anxiety, stress, or fear to collect something that is fabricated in and of itself. It's interesting, like, have you ever actually met someone who has that job to call someone and to say, hey, you owe a debt, you owe a fee? They work for Santa, so to speak. I could never be friends with someone who walks around in a uniform handing out tickets to people. What type of pride, how do I say this? What type of love is that? And I recently found out that someone who has shown up as a serious, I want to say, adversary in my life recently got hired full time to collect money from people. And that was one of the last confirmations that I needed about who they really are. They said I can clear the board. Thank you. Okay. On the trail we blaze. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that's here. I'm hearing it goes deeper than you would think. Yeah. Okay. The other, I have a couple of other downloads here, but when I do these deeper channelings, I get a bit like, takes a lot of energy. Okay. So I want to go and I want to like consume, or I want to like eat something. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. So I'm not going to do every download that I have here. I'm going to Page of Swords, Eight of Swords. Why is someone watching a trap, or someone's watching the conflict? This is a watcher. This is a surveillance. This is a surveillance. Hold on. And they're also showing me a surveillance message, like when they want like a surveillance broadcast message that they put on the TV, or that media will put on the TV. It's like, stop everything, there's a surveillance message. Or like when you get, interesting how like words, okay? Or it's like when you get one of those red alert messages on your phone and they're like, stop everything, this is a surveillance message. I feel here something like this is happening. It's like, stop what you're doing, this is a surveillance. Who is saying this to me? Who has the nerve to say this to me? Page of Wands. The Chariot. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Chariot. An energy is coming through here to try to intimidate me, and I'm letting you know this. With the Eight of Swords, someone is saying like, I'm watching you, I'm watching this. Page of Wands, Ace of Swords. Like, good news, you're speaking the truth. But Knight of Cups, the Chariot. If you know what's good for you, you're gonna keep it pushing. You're gonna move on. I'm hearing something like nothing to see here. High Priestess, welcome to the temple. There's some type of they're telling me it's like ancient magic that they use with sigils and electricity. Mm? You may want to look into that. I feel here like for the prophets, for the priestesses, because you know I look out for you because we are one and the same. Okay, priestesses, okay, prophets, prophetesses, and priests. That's why every now and then I deliver a message just for us. I do messages for the prophets, and I also do messages here for the original earth angels. Okay? For the prophets, the hanged man reverse, the enlightened ones, the ascended masters, or those who have ascended masters who surround them. There is something here about putting electric currents through certain symbols that add energy to the symbol. I'm not 100% sure of how you could even do this. They're showing me some type of like tectonic plate, and then you can tape a symbol written on a piece of paper on this like heating plate or tectonic plate. Why would you like them to know this? The Star, 10 of Swords, and the Star to help you heal from what? 6 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 7 of Cups. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors about this. Give me some time. The Star to the 6 of Cups, but then the 7 of Cups to the 10 of Swords. Give me some time. Show me one more for 10 of Swords, please. Okay, we have the King of Coins and the 8 of Pentacles. The Mastery here of money, King of Pentacles here. Give me some time. I don't know if I'm going to get into this, but for the prophets here, you can actually, give me some time because as I shared, sometimes I get trepidatious sharing this information, okay? And that's why with the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Cups is coming out here. It's like I can share this. And there's always this watcher or overseer energy that tries to send this like threatening energy, okay? But what I'm going to tell you here, this King of Coins is also showing me that they're standing on a heart, a symbol. You and your divine counterpart may end up getting... Oh, okay, give me some time, okay? Just give me some time. I feel like I'm going to close this part out, but what I'm going to say is you can actually manifest on an instantaneous level by inserting electricity into certain symbols. And what I shared with you as an example is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I'm also there, but they're showing me something about like dangerous with the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, because like with this electric current, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune here, the Four of Wands. I'm going to close that. I'm not going to talk about the rest of that, okay? Because I feel like Nine of Swords and the Moon, I feel like that's just a bit too advanced, okay? Nine of Swords and the Empress, okay? All right. I'm hearing Charlie. I'm hearing the name Charlie. Six of Wands. Okay. All right, let me try another deck and I'll see if anything else comes out. I'm going to go to the next download that I have. And I think this is going to be the last one. I received a download, Ace of Cups. Okay, thank you. I received a download about the red sun. And so that's why I did this painting here. They're showing me that some people call the red sun Mars. But there's also something they're showing me about indigenous to the Americas, indigenous cultures in the Americas worshiping a red sun or having a lot of red sun symbology. And it's not demonic. Ace of Cups and Judgment. It's about Judgment Day. The red sun means that Judgment Day is coming. That's what they're telling me. Is there anything else you want to show me? And then I'm going to close this out. It's been over an hour. Okay. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Divine. What do you want to show me about the red sun? On the fence. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. They said one more. About the red sun. Seven of Cups. This keeps coming out because I'm revealing a lot in this video. Okay. I feel here like they don't want me to go too far. They don't want me to say too much. It's like, you know, peering through the veil. And I'm also hearing being able to read the air. It's like being a prophet is also being able to read electric currents in the air. Okay. So after I share this, I feel like this is where I'm hearing this is where I leave you, you know? Okay, thank you. First card out is the Ace of Swords on the fence. So I've shared some information about something, but not everything. And that's what they're telling me here. Like I can only share some, I can't share everything. I'm also hearing Iron Angel. An Iron Angel. The red sun. The iron in the blood oxidizing to red. The red sun. An Iron Angel. We have the World. And there's a siren on this card. I heard Portal Dweller. Okay, that's what I heard. Portal Dweller. Six of Cups. And this is how you actually travel through time. Five of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Something's a struggle, and it's always been a struggle, and it's been a struggle for a long time. And with the World card here, interesting, they're showing me this. With the World card here, They're showing me something about like the nature of reality or the nature of the cycles of the world or of the earth. Something has become exhausting with the 10 of Wands here, like some type of storyline, blueprint, message with the Ace of Swords on the fence here. The playbook can no longer be played anymore. I'm hearing because the earth has a different attunement or a different tone that it emits now. That it is emitting, right? From the core of the earth or from the depths of the sea. Five of Pentacles to the 10 of Wands, please. Three of Pentacles. There's an organization here who can't figure something out. They're trying to look through a portal, but they can't figure something out. And it's like they've gone to the past. They're not able to find what the answer is or what the key is. Ace of Swords here, like the clarity, the key, the specific detail. They went to the past and they weren't able to find it. Five of Pentacles. I'm also hearing that one of the people that they sent through this portal actually got stuck in the past and now they're in a 10 of Wands. They don't know how to get back to the present. They're like sending people through portals or opening portals somehow, an organization here. And with the Five of Pentacles to the 10 of Wands, they're out of options. Seven of Cups here. They're trying to figure something out. They don't know how to look through or how to go through a particular portal. It's too shrouded in mystery. They don't know how to do it. Three of Pentacles, we have the Moon. It's hidden. And I don't think they'll be able to find the portal. They won't. Four of Wands reversed. Nope. And the Eight of Wands reversed. The Moon, Three of Pentacles. King of Cups. Okay. Five of Wands to the Temperance energy here. This is what I'm going to tell you. Ooh, child, this is a lot. Okay. There's a King of Cups who works at this organization. And I feel here like he has been behind the scenes fighting tooth and nail to try to figure something out before you. And whatever he's been doing, he's been like portal jumping, or he's a portal dweller, so to speak. And they're not able to find what it is that they're looking for. This King of Cups is actually asking for me to no longer speak about them or their organization with the Four of Wands in the reversed here and the Eight of Wands in the reversed, because he's going to catch some type of resistance or he's going to catch hell for it because I'm able to channel this energy. King of Cups also is a water sign, is it not? A water being. So, King of Cups, what are you all looking for? What have you all been looking for? Three of Wands on the first. They're looking for a particular portal that they want to go through. They are expecting an outcome, or they want to try to portal into a particular reality or copy of the earth. Three of Wands. So in essence, they're telling me that they've been able to foresee what the reality is, but they don't know how to shift the consciousness or how to jump. What is that movie? Portal Jumpers. What is this movie? Hold on. portal jumpers. They're showing me some type of movie here about like the jumpers. Okay. Although they are able to envision or to actually see how they want the world to look, they are unable to actually do the alignment for the world to be on that path. So they keep portal jumping. Okay? Strange. What is that movie? On top of the world, we have the Queen of Cups, y'all. Why is there a couple? There's a couple here of prophets and seers. Why is there a couple here? The Empress. Oh. Death. King of Pentacles in the reversed. I'm going to close this out, okay? I know what I'm receiving, but I'm going to close it out. Yeah, we have the Devil in the reversed, okay? Page of Pentacles to the Star. Here's the last download that I'm going to give you because it's showing up here with a couple. For some of us who are prophets, I feel here with the Page of Pentacles, they're going to start to roll out, excuse me. They're going to start to roll out offering positions to prophets and to prophetesses to see the future. The last download that I wrote down here, and I guess I'll show it. No, I'm not going to show it to you. I wrote down working with or for the Justice Department. Don't worry, this will make no sense until it does. I feel here for some prophet or prophetess, there is a partner here who is already hired as a prophetess or as a portal dweller or jumper. And they want you to detach from some type of King of Pentacles here who may be interested in you. Whoever you are, you're showing up as the Empress energy here. That's how they see you. Whoever these portal jumpers are, they may also worship a feminine deity. Okay? And they see this feminine deity in you. They're going to start to roll out offering offering prophets something here. Can this be the final message, please? Page of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Page of Cups. What? This is weird. There's one offer here from the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups, but then there's another offer here from the King of Pentacles. But there's a 3 and a 10 of Swords in the middle. What is the 3 and the 10 of Swords, please? And I also want you to know that there's blue on one side and red on the other. Okay? Blue on these nails and red on these nails, if you can see. 7 of Wands, defending yourself. Okay? Final message here, please. 4 of Pentacles on the fence, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. This energy wants to pull out because they're telling me that they have given me all that they can for this message. Okay? I want there to be some type of resolution surrounding your protection. I feel like you are protected here. And in all ways, because you are the ones of the souls of the light, right? You are protected. As long as the sun is shining, right? And it always is. Okay? Knight of Swords. Message, Ace of Cups. They're happy with it. They want me to close it out. Look at how the message card is showing up again. Okay? Queen of Wands to the High Priestess and Temperance. Okay? Seven of Pentacles, and Justice. I'm going to close out the message here because as the High Priestess, I've done my job. Adios mio. That was a lot. Okay. Whew. All right, y'all. Let me ring the bell. I'm going to cleanse the energy just a bit, okay? I feel here like there are two offers. You have one from a King of Pentacles and one from a King of Cups. Okay? And I feel here like whatever happens between the two of you here, with one side being red and one side being blue, this is about choosing very particular worlds, portals, or realities. Most High Divine Creator of all things, and the creator of the highest frequency of love, I close out the energy of this reading and all of the portals I have been peering and walking within and through. Thank you for cleansing my energy and removing any and all cords or attachments. Thank you for removing all diseases or illnesses. Thank you for the restoration of my vessel, mind, body, soul, psyche, and spirit into the light and into the glory of the creator of all things and in the resonance of the highest frequency of love. I am surrounded by thy light and by thy wisdom. Glory be to the creator of all things. I close out the energy of this reading and I call my energy back to me, brilliant, purified, and cleansed. Ashe. Okay, y'all, that's enough for me. That's all of the channeling that I can do. I gotta take my bonnet off. Ooh, child. Yeah, Queen of Cups is showing up here with the Empress. So, y'all, you can see why I don't do that many deep channelings. Okay, because the energy, it's kind of like if you know, you know. Even though I know that that is very mysterious to say in and of itself. So I'm going to close this out with the sun. Thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. You can call me Anonnie. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and for your support, and also for witnessing my own journey as the High Priestess at the temple. I will see you in the next one. I close out this energy. Y'all be good. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. I'll see you in the comments. Bye. See you. Y'all be good. Ashe. Bye.